I'm seated in one of those stores that we keep our hay, and behind me, these are our hay bales that we keep. We supplement for the weak goats that cannot be able to make it during free grazing. Of course, my name is Grace Boji from Boji Farms in Rakai District. We want to look at those worst costly mistakes farmers make on their farms. If you have made some of these mistakes, please don't feel shy. Leave us a comment, and then we make it a point of discussion during our comment section. To start with, most farmers usually start farming as a by the way, without seeking for enough knowledge that whatever comes is what I will go with. You waste lots and lots of time. You waste lots and lots of money. How do you waste money? You end up constructing things that are meant supposed to be where they are, and in the long run, you demolish these structures and put them where they are supposed to be. But if you had searched for knowledge and know where exactly each particular structure is supposed to go, maybe you'd avoid some of these mistakes. Are you facing the same challenge I've just talked about? Or you are about to fall into the same thing I've just talked about? What are the costly mistakes we farmers make on our farms? Buying goats from the markets. This is something most of you underplay, and you assume when you go to the markets to buy goats for your farm, they are going to be cheaper. When you bring in these goats, most of these goats, actually, for your own information, these goats are rejects from our farms, inclusive of mine. Usually what happens when a goat has challenges on the farm, for example, it occasionally falls sick, it occasionally has miscarriages, it occasionally does not like feeding its babies, it occasionally wanders off to people's gardens. These are the goats we fatten and we bring to the markets. So as a farmer looking for breeding goats, you go to the markets, get those nice looking goats into your farm, not knowing that you are bringing all the problems I've just mentioned earlier on to your farm. Would you want that to happen? These are some of the baddest mistakes some of us made, and I don't want any other farmer to repeat the same. Please, if you are looking for breeding goats, do not go to the markets. Only go to the markets if you are looking for goats for slaughter purposes, not goats you are going to take to your farm to breed, because you are bringing disaster on your farm. They come with lots and lots of problems. Remember, when you buy goats from the market, it is willing buyer, willing seller. That even if you bring them and they have lots and lots of infections, like maybe PPR, maybe they have pox, there is no anywhere you are going to what? Complain. It is a gone deal. You have already got your goats, the other person has got money. There is no anywhere you are going to report. Wait, what stops you from calling us at Boji Farms? And we supply you these goats. Why would you want to go through such challenging situations? Call us, we have a discussion, and we are always ready to help you. We are always ready to supply you these goats from our beautiful herd. Still among the worst costly mistakes we make as farmers is not budgeting for food and salaries for our workers. This I will always talk about it. It happened to me. So I'm giving you hands-on information that things happened to me when I was starting in 2015. I had around 4 workers, and I could gamble to pay them. I could gamble to feed them. So some of you who are still into formal employment, before you resign your job to join goat farming, have you planned for the salaries? Have you planned for the medication for your goats? Have you planned for your travel to and from to the farm? Have you planned for your accommodation? All these are things I never thought about when I was starting. Actually, for me, I thought when I put up a goat structure and I bring in the goats, everything is a done deal. But it was not the case. When you see Boji Farms making money out of goats, it didn't start just here. It is something we made a plan for. We made a budget for it. So don't think that you're just going to leave your job and start goat farming right away. You need to think through your decision. You need to think through your budgets. You need to plan ahead. There are quite a number of things you need to plan for. Actually, time to time, I would end up parking my car in Kampala and I end up jumping on a taxi because I could not afford the fuel to bring me from Kampala to the farm and then back. For a person thinking about joining farming after you have resigned from your job, please, before you do this, think about this. Have a plan. Make a budget. You can start your car project, but at the same time, you are still working there because the money you're getting from your former employment can still help you to run that farm for the first 1 to 2 years before you formally start earning something from your farm. One other gravest mistake most of you farmers make is starting without doing a market research. What products am I going to give to the market? Okay, if customer A fails and maybe they are undervaluing my products, where do I run to? Where is my plan B? Most of you, because you see, Boja's farmed goats, I also farm goats. My neighbor has goats, I also have farm goats. I also have goats. Goats have a market, but most of us, we don't do a market research. Basically, we just enter into farming as a by the way. Tunalabireyo, you get it? We shall see from there when we start selling. This is one biggest mistake that most of us, because we didn't do market research, we end up being cheated. I've seen farmers cry at Kalere market when they bring their goods. For them, they assume that every time you bring your goods to Kalere, you must sell. No, things don't work like that. They are street smart. They will buy your goods cheaply and you end up crying. You get the point. And also still, if you are subjecting your goods for slaughter, before you bring them to the market, averagely know the average weight of the goods. Don't let the brokers decide for you. Every time somebody else makes a decision for you, that is a recipe for you being cheated. So always be in charge of your business. How do you be in charge of your business? Know the nitty-gritty about the market you're trying to enter into. You're trying to sell slaughter goats, but you even don't know how much a kilo of goat's meat sells in the nearby trading center. That would have been your first point of reference. One other aspect most farms usually underlook, keeping records. People used to think that goat farming is something to play about, that even when you told somebody that I want to keep records for the goats, they usually laughed about it because it was a business that most people usually laughed about. But of late, if you really want to make it commercial, you need to keep records. What is the importance of records on your farm? Records help you analyze where you're going and where you're coming from. Are you making a profit? Are you making any losses? For example, if you are keeping medical records on a farm, the medical records will help you analyze. For example, if there is one particular kind of goat that every month you are always treating, maybe it has an abscess. This month it has an abscess and you are using your antibiotics. Next month it has the same illness. It helps you analyze that I'm spending so much money on this goat, maybe it is time to call it off. But without records, all this is impossible. Even us as human beings, when we fall sick, and maybe the doctors at Rakai Hospital, they fail, or maybe they feel I should be referred to maybe Mulago Hospital. But when I'm referred to Mulago Hospital, the doctors in Mulago Hospital will ask for the records of Rakai Hospital for reference purposes. Here, how do I bring back this point to the goats? If you are having strange illnesses on your farm and you have been using a particular veterinary official, when you invite in another vet to come in, they would want to look at those particular records. What have they been treating? So that maybe if they want to change the regimen of drugs they are using, it is easy for them. But without the medical records, you'll be fighting a losing battle as a farmer. These are some of the mistakes some of us make on our farms. You think you are farming for short term, but at the back of your mind, you want to do it long term. Without records, you are doing nothing as a farmer. Let's embrace record keeping on our farms. And remember, a number of softwares are up. We have a number of softwares one can use to keep those records. You simply train somebody on the farm and you keep giving them that data, and all that is entered in no time. Among the apps that one can use to do record keeping the easy way, there is the Goat Manager app. There is a Gallagher system that has all records on a farm, and there are quite a number of other apps that you can use to help you do everything. And remember, when you put your records on a soft copy or on an app somewhere, you can easily monitor what is transpiring on your farm anywhere on your phone. Who wouldn't want this? Let's embrace technology, make farming beautiful, easy, and efficient. Most of us think by keeping veterinary officials away from our farms, we are saving a lot. Without vets on our farms, guys, we are nothing. Our herds are going to keep unhealthy, that we end up misusing a lot of our drugs because we are not aware. These people started to help us. These people started to be in partnership with them. But most of us have chosen to keep them away. So if we don't employ these people, where do you want them to go? Let's give them this work. Let's invite them on our farms. Let's make them our friends. Let's make them partners in our businesses. Without a vet, most of our farms will not grow. And some of you complain that we are having a lot of quacks. Yes, the quacks are there, the quack vets are there. But one way to vet a good vet from a bad one, always involve that district veterinary officers. They will always point you to that one person who will guide you. And if you are not in touch with your DVOs in your areas, consult us. We always know those people. We always have those freelancer veterinary officials. And some of you, after treating your animals, you don't want to pay these guys. They went to school to study. Please pay them, or else they will stop working for us, because some of you lock them outside. Some of you block them after they have given you their services. Please pay them wherever they give you a service. So if Woji, who has been farming for a good 9 years, I invite a vet. So you who is just starting, if you don't invite a vet, what are you up to? What do you think you are doing? Farming in isolation. Some of you farm thinking that you are doing these things for your own. You assume that you are farming. At the end of the day, you are going to sell to yourself those goats. No, you're not going to sell to yourself those goats. You will need a network of other farmers. Some of us, when we are on our farms, we don't even know our neighbors. We don't collaborate, we don't call, we don't visit, we don't share notes with them. We assume all we have is the best. But this is not good news to the farmers doing that. Never say you are not told. Now you know all the information. Let's embrace goat farming. Let's embrace commercial goat farming. Grace Boji once again from Boji Farms. Please do not forget to subscribe to our channel. And also, do not forget to leave us a comment. Let's keep this engaging, because we are learning from each other. This is a learning journey as farmers. Thank you for watching once again. Bye-bye.